You are standing on the edge of a massive, windy cliff, looking down at the jagged rocks below. Suddenly, a terrifying voice whispers inside your head, "What if you just stepped off and jumped into the empty air?" Do not panic if you feel this, because you are not alone and your mind is definitely not broken. French philosophers have a beautiful and haunting name for this bizarre sensation: the call of the void. In a landmark study, researchers found that over half of healthy, happy people experience this exact urge. To understand why your brain does this, we have to look at how you perceive danger in your environment. Your brain is constantly running two completely different safety programs at two very different speeds inside your head. The first system is ancient, lightning fast, and operates entirely below your conscious awareness to keep you safe. The second system is slow, logical, and takes time to process what is actually happening around you. When you stand on a high balcony, these two systems crash into each other at high speed. Your eyes look down and see a sheer drop of 300 feet to the ground below. This raw visual information bypasses your conscious thought and goes straight to your ancient emotional alarm system. This tiny almond-shaped structure is called the amygdala, and its only job is your raw physical survival. Within a few milliseconds, the amygdala registers the massive height and fires a sudden, urgent panic signal. Before you even realize you are looking at a scenic view, your body has already reacted instantly to protect you. Your heart rate spikes rapidly, your muscles tense up, and your balance shifts far away from the dangerous edge. This incredibly fast biological reflex actually happens in much less than 1/10 of a single second. But while your survival reflex is already saving your life, your conscious brain is still waking up. The prefrontal cortex, which is your brain's logical thinking center, finally receives the slow visual data to process. It analyzes the situation and realizes there's a thick, sturdy glass railing in front of you. Your logical brain quickly concludes that you were actually completely safe and secure during the entire experience. This sudden delay creates a massive conflict between your rapid physical reaction and your slow logical realization. Now, your conscious mind is left trying to answer a highly confusing question. Why did I just panic? Because you stepped back so violently, your brain automatically assumes there must have been an active, real danger. Since there was no external force pushing you, your logical brain concludes the threat must have come from inside. To make sense of the panic, your mind invents a false urge. I must have wanted to jump. This is a classic case of post hoc rationalization, where your brain lies to explain its own reflexes. In reality, your conscious brain is simply misinterpreting its own hypersensitive, life-saving survival warning from earlier. So the urge to jump is actually a beautiful sign that your survival instincts are working perfectly. To prove this fascinating theory, psychologists decided to look at people with varying levels of baseline anxiety. They discovered that people with higher anxiety sensitivity experience the call of the void much more often. If you have high anxiety, your amygdala is like a home smoke detector set to extreme sensitivity. It triggers a massive, loud alarm at the slightest hint of potential danger or visual instability. This means your body reacts even more violently when you stand near any high or unstable ledge. Because that initial physical reaction is so strong, the resulting mental misinterpretation is equally intense. So, the terrifying thought of jumping is actually a bizarre proof of your strong will to live. This strange mental glitch does not just happen when you are standing on high, windy cliffs. Have you ever held an expensive phone over a bridge and felt the urge to throw it?
Or stood on a crowded subway platform and felt a sudden pull toward the incoming train tracks?
Or sat quietly in your car and wondered what would happen if you swerved into oncoming traffic? These are all common examples of your brain anticipating a catastrophe and firing a rapid preemptive warning. Your brain actively visualizes the absolute worst-case scenario so it can prevent you from doing it. But because this warning visualization is so vivid, your conscious mind easily mistakes it for a genuine desire. Psychologists call this phenomenon intrusive thoughts, and they are completely normal parts of the daily human experience. In fact, up to 90% of people experience these strange intrusive thoughts on a regular daily basis. Your mind is actually a biological simulation machine, constantly testing dangerous scenarios to keep you safe from harm. It actively runs thousands of these mini-movies every day, showing you exactly what not to do.
Usually, your conscious mind ignores these simulations because they happen far too fast for you to notice.
But on a high cliff, the extreme stakes make this quick simulation feel incredibly real and immediate.
This creates a temporary loop where your fear feeds your focus and your focus feeds your fear.
So, the next time you feel that sudden cold pull toward the edge of a high balcony,
Do not panic. Just take a deep, slow breath and step back safely from the ledge.
smile, knowing that your ancient, deep survival systems are simply doing their job incredibly well to protect you.
Your brain does not actually want you to jump. It is just desperately trying to keep you alive.
In short, the call of the void is a misinterpretation of a hyper-fast survival reflex saving you. But if our brains are so obsessed with survival, why do we actively seek out terrifying roller coasters? If this blew your mind, hit subscribe. A new everyday mystery every single week.